And so here is the first slide. This was the post that was made, and I'm not going to name no names because it's really not about naming names. That's not what this is about. This is not what it's about. So it's not about naming names. But what I do want to do is I want to share this. It say, do we proclaim our religion or our nationality? Which gives us birthright, religion or nationality? Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Do we proclaim our religion and nationality? If you remember, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches that this is the divine and national movement. And I'm going to show and prove. I'm going to show and prove that you proclaim your religion and nationality simultaneously as a Moorish American. There is not one before the other. Religion and nationality in Islamism and being a Moorish American is like proclaiming one without the other is like proclaiming H2 without the O. It's like we in tune with the universe. The universe have polarity. Religion, divine creed, represents the origin from the creator. You follow me? Religion, divine creed, represents your origin from the creator. Nationality represents your origin defined by your manifestation here on earth. Nationality, nation. Nation grew out tribes. So there's a connection back to the creator with divine creed and nationality. They intersect with one another. It's not one without the other. For example, Prophet Noble Drew Ali says that, let me see if I can go backwards a little bit. Let me stop this real quick. Prophet Noble Drew Ali makes a statement. And in that statement, let me screen share real quick. Act 6 is very, very important. And I'm gonna prove this every step of the way. In Act 6, it says, with us, all members must proclaim their nationality. And we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed. Nationality and divine creed goes hand in hand. They go hand in hand. This is why Prophet Noble Drew Ali, listen to this. The answer is right in Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality. And we are teaching our people their nationality and divine creed that they may know that they are part and parcel of this said government. How is it that divine creed is also instrumental in letting you know that you are part of this said government? That's a rhetorical question. In fact, if it was all about nationality and being recognized by this government, why would the prophet put in divine creed? Because divine creed plays an instrumental role. In fact, when you look at this here, one of these old flyers right here, right? From the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It says the Moorish Holy and Divine Movement. Then the next flyer, the Moorish Divine and National Movement. They both intersect. So, mind you, this was a flyer for the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, which never And I said, never been dissolved. But now listen to what it says on here. Come all ye Asiatics of America and hear the truth about your nationality and birthright. Hold up. At the top of the flyer, it says Moorish Holy and Divine Movement. Nationality is divine. I'm going to show you that too. I'm going to show you that too. And the reason why it's divine. I'm going to show you that too. It's talking about the holy and divine movement, but it say, come here and learn about your nationality and birthright because you are not Negroes. Islam. Learn of your forefathers' divine and ancient creed that you will learn to love instead of hate. Again, it's all inclusive. Now here we go. First of all, what is birthright? In fact, before I go there, in this post, it says, is this a divine and national movement? Religion is a birthright you can only obtain through your nationality. That's what this person said. Religion is a birthright you can only obtain through your nationality. How is that so? Birthright, a particular right of possession or privilege one has from birth. Don't you have the right or privilege to worship as you please from birth? In consideration that your parents, you know what I mean, may believe one certain way, but you know what I mean, without the mumbo jumbo, but that's of your choice. It's a birthright. Although many people following the tradition of their parents, you know, but when you come of age, you can make the choice. And that choice stems from birth. It's not something that is given to you. As this post would imply, religion is a birthright you can only obtain through nationality. How is that so? How is that so? That doesn't make a lot of sense when you consider that if you decide today or tomorrow, you are born with the inalienable rights to choose what you want to choose and which God you want to serve. Nationality don't give you that. So this is why I wanted to address this, to let people know that the Moorish Science Temple of America is all inclusive. And let's break down birthright. A particular right or possession or privilege one has from birth, especially as an eldest child. You know, that'd be the European philosophy, right? So now, what is nationality? The status of belonging to a particular nation. The difference between nationality, as people try to imply, that nationality, first said, to proclaim your religion or nationality. What gives birthright, religion, or nationality? A birthright is a birthright. Nobody can give you birthright. It's a right at birth. Nobody can give you that. Let me make sure everybody with me on this, because I got to pound this home. Do y'all understand what I'm saying on Facebook? Y'all understand what I'm saying in the Noble Temples? Nobody can give you something that's a right at birth. That's why the door of religious freedom swings open. Nobody can give you that. It's yours at birth. And I got to put emphasis on that. Now, I got to put emphasis on that. Now, check this out. Let me screen share. Okay. Now, what is nationality? The status of belonging to a particular nation. Now, the Prophet Noble Ali teaches us, with us, all members must proclaim their nationality. When you proclaim to be a Moorish American, you are proclaiming not only to be of the particular nation of the Moorish Americans, which is born out of the Moorish Science Temple of America, you're also claiming to be a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. So, nationality, the status of belonging to a particular nation. That's what nationality is. You're saying that you belong to whatever is structured around the ideal or identity of the Moorish American. Who structured that? We already know Prophet Noble Ali and the Moorish Science Temple of America. We already know that. We already know that. Prophet Noble Ali structured that. He structured the divine constitution and bylaws. He structured the whole system. In the words of that old movie, The Birth of a Nation. He rebirthed us as a nation through everything that he gave us. Now watch this. What is nationality according to Black Law's dictionary? Now, this is how we're going to heat it up a little bit. In Black Law's dictionary, the quality or character which rises from the fact that a person belonging to a nation or state. Now, here is the kicker. How do you acquire that quality or character of belonging to that nation or state? How do you acquire it? The only way that you can acquire the quality and character of a Moorish American, you're either going to have a Moorish American teacher, a Moorish American instructor, or you're going to have the lessons from the Moorish American. Because the quality of character of the Moorish American comes out of the doctrine of the Moorish Science Temple of America. In this day and time. In this day and time, the quality or character comes out of things like, hold up, I ain't want to go there yet. Things like chapter 5. One day, as he was bringing forth the tools for work, he said, "These tools reminds me of the ones handled in the workshop of the mind, where things were made of thought, where we build up character," right? Nationality, the quality or character, where do you get that quality or character from? You can only get it from one place. By design, the quality and character of a Moorish American is drawn out the lessons given to us by Prophet Noble Ali. Make no mistake about it. So whether you are in the temple or you are associated with somebody in the temple, that is where the quality and the character or character is born out of. For instance, you look at an Italian person, a person of Italy. They get the quality and character of an Italian by interacting with those who lives within the structure of what it is to be Italy or an Italian. That's it. The difference between us and them, the Moorish American have to be taught these things. They are birthed into a natural state. Our natural state have to be relearned, unfortunately, because we done took on so much misinformation. Now, let's get into civics real quick. What is civics? Because everybody talking about civics. Oh, y'all don't do civics. Y'all don't do civics. I don't know what in somebody's mind believe that led them to believe that civics consist of somebody quoting old laws from the 1800s. That ain't what civics is. Civics is not quoting laws. Civic is not talking about this law, that law, this law, that law. Civics is what it is. The branch of political science that deals with civic affairs and rights and duties of citizens. I want y'all to pay close attention to this one. Do you ever notice that the sovereign citizen Moor or the sovereign Moor or the Taj Tariqites, they claim that they're not citizens, but they claim that they teach civics? That's oxymoronic at best. You can't teach civics if you're not a citizen. Many people say that you're not a citizen because of the Dred Scott decision. Many people say you're not a citizen because there was a law at one time that say people of African descent can never be a citizen. Okay, so what civics are you talking about? Because civics is the branch of political science that deal with civic affairs and rights and duties of citizens. All right. I'm looking for somebody, some dissenting comments now, so I can go a little bit deeper. So Taj Tariq says you are not a citizen. Therefore, you can't be qualified to teach civics, because real civics deals with the rights and duties of citizens. He says you're not a citizen. He's not a citizen. So how can you be talking about the rights and duties of citizens? Bratton Bay say you must be naturalized to become a citizen. Now we know that's insane. You must be naturalized. When the laws of this land and many other lands is, in order to be a citizen, you must be born or naturalized. Now, Bratton Bay was born. That supersedes naturalization. And anybody who follows Bratton Bay also was born here. That supersedes anything called naturalization. Naturalization is for one who comes from a foreign country and want to become a citizenship. And Bratton Bay could not make you a citizen of the United States. Being a Moorish American cannot make you a citizen of the United States. We learned that from our brother. We learned that from our brother from the Dominican Republic, if I'm not mistaken, who was on Moorish World TV. He joined the temple. They gave him a nationality card, and he thought he was a citizen, and he got locked up, and they was about to deport him. He said, "No, I'm a citizen." They said, "No, buddy, not with that piece of paper." We are teaching our people their nationality. We're not conferring citizenship. That ain't what we do. We don't confer citizenship. We teach our people their nationality, that they may know that they are not Negroes, niggers, Afro-American, African-Americans, and all of these terms that is not associated with your ancient ancestors or your forefathers. That's what we do. It's up to the individual to grab hold of it. Now, I want to pull up something I want to read. I'm going to see if I can pull it off this website real quick. And we're going to talk about what the prophet says. And I'm going to try to pull it up right quick. Oh, I got some time. Here we go. That's not it. I think I got it right here. Okay, here we go. If I can get it real quick. The voice of the prophet and the savior of humanity. And I want you to be able to take this in real slow, so you can really understand what the prophet is talking about. I'm pulling it up right now, and we're going to read it kind of slow, just so we all can get it. Let me see if I can. 1 second. All right. All right, here we go. I got it. So I want you to pay attention, fam, because remember, the purpose of what I'm saying here today is that the Moorish Science Temple of America is all inclusive. You know what I mean? Everything goes together. It's not one without the other. It's not nationality or religion. It's not or religion or nationality. It's all inclusive. It's just the problem is most Moorish Americans or Moors, they are scared to try to associate nationality with religion because religion has left a bad taste in people's mouth. And it's not really religion that left a bad taste in people's mouth. It's those who claim to be teaching religion that has left a bad taste in people's mouth. And they have, in their mind, allowed themselves to believe that that was and is religion, when in fact that wasn't religion at all. The Catholic priest messing with the little boy, that's not religion. The pastor messing with every woman on the front row, that's not religion. The gay guy that doesn't care and not striving not to be gay and just comfortable in his gay skin or her in her gay skin, and that's what they're going to do regardless. And hey, you know what I mean? They don't have a problem with it. You know, that's just what it is. That's not religion. Religion is about bringing out the better you at all times. Religion is about realigning yourself with the creator or from which you were created. Religion is about bringing forth the character that takes discipline so you can focus on unfolding the God you. That's true religion. That's true religion. True religion is not saying, praise the Lord and then go pump a little boy. True religion is not kissing a man in the mouth and then talking about, hey, you know what? Praise the Lord. That's not religion. The people are misrepresenting what religion is. Again, religion is to bind you back to the source from which you created. And the only way that you can be binded back to the source from which you created, first you have to understand the natural way that you were created, or your natural existence or natural way of life. And then you must balance yourself and live that way of life in order to reconnect with the source in which you were created. And so, to my point, there is no such thing as nationality is first, religion is second, nationality is first, then divine creed. You deal with the religious side, we deal with the civic side. No, it's all inclusive. Now, and I'm going to read something for you from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali to show and prove right quick. All right. Right here, let me see if I can blow it up. I want to blow it up so you can see it clearly. A divine warning by the prophet for the nation. The citizens of all free national government, according to their national constitution, are all one family bearing one free national name. Those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior names and abuses and mistreatments that the citizens care to bestow upon them. And it is a sin for any group to violate the national constitutional laws. He didn't say the divine constitution and bylaws. He said this is a sin to violate the national constitutional laws of a free national government and to cling to names and principles that delude to slavery. Stop right there. See how the Prophet Noble Drew Ali just intersected religion by the term of sin? And then the constitutional laws, that would be civics, the rights of citizens. Did y'all see that? He said it would be a sin. Sin we equate to something that's religious. But then he said for any group to violate the national constitution laws, that would equate to civics. They interwoven with each other. Watch them, watch them. Of the free national government according to names and principles that delude to slavery. Stop right there. Many Moorish Americans would drop the name. They would stop calling themselves Negro. They would stop calling themselves Black. They would stop calling themselves Afro-American, African-American, but they will still cling to the principles. See, many drop the name, but they never drop the principles. And this is why you see a lot of confusion in what you see. Some of the principles is those things that we see every day by Moorish Americans or proclaim Moors, and all of it delude to slavery. The prophets say that is a sin. To cling to the names and principles that delude to slavery. But we so stuck on not calling ourselves Black, not calling ourselves Negro, but what about the principles? You drop these names of that you don't want to call yourself, but you cling to the principle. You're freaky deaky every day of the weekend. That means you're acting a plumb fool. That means that's right. Don't nobody know what you're doing. You done slept with this one. You done did that with that one. You done act a plumb fool. But you ain't Black though. You ain't Negro. You ain't colored. Oh man, everybody got a lower self. Start saying goofy stuff like that. But those are the principles that delude to slavery. So what I want the public to know is when you see a Moorish American, just because they call themselves Moorish American, watch the principles in which they express themselves. Filthy language all the time, that's a principle that deludes to slavery. Twerking videos all up on their YouTube or all up on their Facebook, that's the principle that deludes to slavery. Sisters about to get butt naked at any given moment, talk about I feel natural. That's the principle that deludes to slavery. You gotta watch the principles. Because many of these people today will say they're not Black. They will say they're not Negro. They will say they're not colored and African American, but they will cling to the principles that delude to slavery. Because their mind have not been liberated. They only just liberated some words from their mouth. And these are brothers and sisters that's been around for 10, 20 years. But the point that I wanted to make with this is that the prophet intersects. He intersects civics. He intersects nationality with divine creed. There's not one without the other. And anybody teaching that, they lying to you. Because without divine creed, you wouldn't be able to build the character of the citizen. I want you to know that. Without divine creed, you would not be able to build the character of a Moorish American. You need both. With that being said, I got a little bit more time. He says, I, the prophet, was prepared by the great God Allah to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways, that they will go back to the state of mind of their forefathers, divine and national principles. Y'all see the intersection again? Divine and national principles. This is the words of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. These are not my words. He wants you to go back to the state of mind of the divine. I feel like Reb Chickenfoot up here. Look at your neighbor and say, divine and national. I feel like Reb beat a cottontail up this demonstration. I get pumped up when I talk about Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He just amazes me. I can't get enough of this. And notice that he says divine and national principles. Divine connects you to God. National connects you to nationality, which is, as I stated earlier, is the quality of character. What's your character like? What's your character like? Woo! We could be in the Ric Flair mode up right here. Woo! To be the man, you got to beat the man. Anybody watch wrestling back in the day? I used to like wrestling. Listen, check it out though. And I'm going to read some more because I want to knock this one out the park. That they will be law abiders. And this supposed to be received. I just pulled this off a line, but I know what it says. And receive their divine right as citizens. So in order to receive your divine right as citizens, you must demonstrate divine creed and nationality. The Prophet Noble Ali teaches that you have a divine right as a citizen. I know that might be over some Moorish Americans' head from what they was taught from other people. But that don't make you correct because you've been taught that 20 years ago and have been teaching it and recycling it. That doesn't make it correct. The Prophet Noble Ali said you have a divine right as a citizen. In other words, there is no religious creed without nationality. There is no nationality without religious creed. They go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. And anybody that says that you're not a citizen, they're lying to you. They're lying to you. They're trying to dupe you. They're trying to convince you that they got the holy grail of information when it comes to Moorish science. And they really don't. They've been passed down whack information for the last 20 and 30 years. And they're going to continue to pass it down because they have no growth. Let me go some more. According to the Free National Constitution, anybody in the chat, do you know what the Free National Constitution is? The Prophet Noble Ali said you will receive your divine rights as citizens. According to what? The Free National Constitution that was prepared for all free national beings. Now let me share this. When we talk about the Constitution of the United States, many people are so misinformed, they believe that the European prepared this on their own by themselves. This document was hijacked from our forefathers, which easily can be proven, but also it can be proven that we were there during the construction thereof. We were there. See, the way we see racism of today, it wasn't racism of today. It wasn't prejudice of today. See, back then, the European was trying to get a footing. The European was trying to get on top. So the European, and we with our loving heart, we was instructing this European. We assisted this European. See, we have never experienced this type of craziness. We have never experienced this type of misguided or misleading or manipulation ever. So we had no reason to raise red flags and trying to help to civilize the uncivilized, even when they didn't look like us. Let's not get it twisted. Y'all see these race relations today because it have exploded to what it is now. But back in the day, we were the one. We were the one that was civilizing the planet Earth. We were the one that civilized the planet Earth, which can be proven. But for some reason, we have forgotten. Whether you go all the way through Rome, you ever notice if you are a real scholar which I'm not. I am somewhat of a researcher. But if you research every constitution of European governments, they are all similar. From Canada, from Great Britain, they are all similar. And the reason why they are all similar, because we taught Europeans government, not the other way around. We taught them government. This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said we got to repent from our sinful ways and go back to the state of mind of our forefathers' divine and national principles, because we put this together. Whoever controls the pen controls the narrative. They have been controlling the pen for over 2,000 years, and that's why you don't know. Whoever holds the pen holds the narrative. When will you start writing your history? From the time when you were in charge. When you going to start that? I know I'm starting, because this is crazy. But listen to what it says. This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, go back to the state of mind of your forefathers. See, we need to start writing our history. Listen to what he said. They are to claim, listen to what he said though. Listen to what he said, family. They are to claim their own free national name and religion. This means you don't claim one over the other. You claim your free national name and religion. Do we have to break this down in simple terms? What do claim mean? Possess it. Anybody know what and mean? It doesn't mean one over the other. Do anybody in here believe that and mean one over the other? This is what we got to get to, family. It's not one over the other. People are scared to talk about religion because you think somebody going to laugh at your turban. You think somebody going to laugh at your fez. You think somebody don't want to be associated because you start talking religion. No, if you start talking common sense, people can relate to common sense. People can relate to common sense. Can't nobody relate to foolishness. Can't nobody relate to you trying to turn them into an Arab. Can't nobody relate to you trying to turn them into, people start talking that stuff. Well, our ancestors did this. I was looking at a post and a brother said that the woman should be submissive to man. And he had a picture where the woman was kneeling down and asking for the man's hand in marriage. That's all fine and dandy. I get it. Okay. He said this was in an African country. But you know, my thing is about that is, okay, don't just grab that picture in the African country where the woman kneeled down and asked the man hand for marriage. If you want to do that, also, I want you to eat the monkey brains. I want you to wash your face in cow pee. I want you to wash yourself in cow doo-doo. I want you to do all the customs. Don't grab one. Don't grab one. You know what I mean? That's right. Cut the chicken head and drink the blood while he's dripping out his neck. Do everything. Don't do do everything. But brothers would try to take when they see a woman being subservient to a man in African cultures and try to make that the end all be all. Get out of here. You tripping. Shouldn't we get to the point where we're elevating and we start to understand that man and woman is just like national name and religion, H2NO, that they equal? Shouldn't we be to the point where we understand that God created man and woman as a single pair? And if he created them as a single pair, they are equal? And no matter how much colonizing of the mind that has taken place, it's up to the man to overcome and understand that he's not above the system. And the sister need to overcome and understand that she has been put in a position to see herself as above the man. And all of that is manufactured. Because from the universal perspective, we were all created at the same time. When I say all, male and female, man and woman, the masculine and feminine, it's been created at the same time, at the same darn time. Masculine and feminine, the same darn time. It's not one before the other. And when this is why the prophet said we got to return back to the state of mind of our forefathers to understand this. And many of us as men, listen, I'm one of them. I still think I'm the man. Until Sister Rhyme get a little crazy, I'm like, man, I'm going to take a ride, man. Vroom. Vroom. Skirt. All right. And I'm going to listen to some Money Bag Yo. I got time today. Look at my watch. I got time today. I'm going to listen to some Money Bag Yo and clear my head. I ain't running nothing. I just look at my watch. I got time today. Good goodness of gracious. Go listen to me some Little Baby or something. Get on Wake Me with that. I'm trying to tell you, we be talking that stuff like we running something. Man, we are equal. And we have to overcome and get to the point to understand that. And when we get there, we'll get further than we've ever been. We become the greatest nation on the planet Earth when we get there. Because guess what? In Eastern Muslim countries, their woman is still second class. In the Christian persuasion, the woman is still second class. The prophet never did that. Never did that. So the prophet Obadiah says there is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government and the nation that comes to your connection through the Moorish divine and national movement. I hope everybody get it, that it's all inclusive. If anybody have a problem with this, I will debate this. That it's all inclusive. You don't know the quality of character of being a Moorish American without being associated with a Moorish American. I got my brother Jason Foreman Bonner in here today. That brother knows the quality of a Moorish American. Is he a member of the temple? No. But guess what? Me and him talk almost every day. He's know the quality of a Moorish American through association. He know what a Moorish American is supposed to look like. He know what a Moorish American is supposed to represent. And when I say look like, I'm not talking about affairs. I'm not talking about, I don't pick up the phone with my brother Jason and be like, Islam. I don't be like that. I be like, what's up, bro? We joke all the time because he like the roll one, light one. And I said, and we joke all the time. He doesn't take it offensive. He ain't even tripping. But you know, brothers in the temple that roll one, light one, man, they want to take my head off. But they conscious. But this is when you got true friendship. You got true brotherhood and true sisterhood. We can joke with each other. You know what I'm saying? And your journey and my journey is no different. It's just your obstacles are different than my obstacles. You know what I mean? My obstacle might be my temper. Somebody else's obstacle may be drinking a little Hennessy every now and then. Somebody else's obstacle, they might be a little gay or something. I don't know. But that's their obstacle. Everybody's obstacle is different. Everybody. I got challenges, and many other people got challenges. But that's what the Moorish Science Temple of America is all about. It's about coming to a system that addresses your challenges so you can become the best that you could be. Listen to this. I remember one time, right? This was probably about 20 years ago. I used to, every day after work, I would get, what would that be? It'd be between Hennessy. I tell truth. It'd be between Hennessy and what's that? Earth and Jerk. E&J, VSOP, and a Heineken or something. That day. And I'm gonna tell you how I stopped. I said to myself, now I always been at the top of my game. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, but I said to myself, the time that I spend with that and the money that I spend with that, what if I remove that and replace that with something else? What would I be in a year from now? In fact, if I think I'm sharp now, what if I didn't have that within my mind? How sharp would I be a year from now? Because I always thought I was sharp. But I say, how sharp would I be minus that? And I'm going to tell you, that was the same year I created my business. I ain't worked for European over 15, 20 years. I didn't work with them. That's right. I contract with you. Now they say, I ain't contracted with you. I contract with you. But no, sir. I ain't punching no European clock in heaven. I'm not knocking anybody who does. But I had to do that too at one point. But I'm going to tell you, the moment that I decided, I think I'm sharp now, just suppose if I just put all that aside, how sharp could I be? I could only get better because I was already good. I could only get better. So I say all that to say. My man, man, don't make me feel like I'm guilty. My man Jason say, I ain't smoking 2 days. Stop, brother. Brother, you gonna make me feel bad. Man, because I be harping on you, man. Oh, man, I feel bad. I done beat the blood out my brother's hand. Praise the Lord for that. No, man. No, me and that brother talk every day. That's a good brother there. Talk every day. And I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, if you sharp now, just imagine how sharp you would be minus the extracurricular activity. That's what I said to myself. He said, no, I just ain't got none. Let me tell you something, family. This is the joy of being a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Noble Temples, because we don't browbeat people. I will never instruct our sheiks, our divine ministers, our brothers, our members, our sisters, our friends to browbeat people. That's not what we're in here for. We are here to get better and bring out the better self. That's all we're here for, to give our best every day. And hopefully our today can be better than it was yesterday and even better tomorrow. That's what we're here for. And we should be here to help each other to get there. But let me wrap this up because I got about 10 minutes. So the Prophet Noble Ali says there is about one issue to be recognized by the government and the earth, and which comes through the connection to the Moorish divine and national movement, which is incorporated through this government and recognized by all nations of the world. That recognition comes from your demonstration. Recognition doesn't come from you walking up to another nation and you saying, you know something about a Moorish American. They're going to look at you like you crazy. But when you show the quality of character, as we talked about, when you show your connection to principles that's embodied into the name, that's where the recognition comes from. Oh, you different. Something different about you. What is that about you? And that they and their children may receive their divine rights unmolested by other citizens and cast a free national ballot at the polls. And that they may cast a free national ballot. Who knows what a free national ballot is? That's called the presidential election. He's not talking about no fictitious Moorish government. He's not talking about no fictitious Moorish group. He's talking about unmolested by other citizens, that they can cast a free national ballot at the polls under the free national constitution of the state's government. In order to cast a free national ballot, you must do it in your state and not under a granted privilege as have been existing for many generations. Where do you cast your national ballot? In your state government. You who doubt whether that's supposed to be an I, the prophet, and my principles are right for the redemption of my people, go to those that know law in City Hall and among the officials in your government. He says the people in City Hall is your what? That's your government. Is that what he said? He said, go to those that know the law in the City Hall and among the officials in your government and ask them under intelligent tone, and they will glad to render you a favorable reply. For they are glad to see me to bring you out of the darkness into the light. Money doesn't make the man. It's free national standards and power that makes the man and the nation. The wealth of all national governments, gold and silver and commerce, belongs to the citizens alone. And without your national citizens and principles, you have no wealth. This is what the prophet talking about. Go take your place in the affairs of men. These people are managing your money. Now hold up. Let me wrap it up with this. Alone without your free national citizenship by name and principles. You get the principles from where? From your religious creed. You have no true wealth, and I am hereby calling on all true citizens that stand for free national government and the enforcement of the Constitution to help me in my great missionary work, because I need all the support of all true American citizens of what? Of the United States of America. Help me to save my people who have fallen from the constitutional laws of the government. I am depending on your support to get them back into the constitutional fold. So all these fake government, Moorish governments, all of these fake people talking about I'm not a citizen, all of this fake information should have been killed a long time ago. It should have been done a long time ago. These are the words of the prophet. You can pull these words up if you got the Moorish Guide newspaper. So the point that I'm making to you, family, the point that I'm making to you is that we have to be able to come together to be effective against oppression. And in the words of Ali's men, we got to cease to fight the power and become the power. We have to put the pen in our hand. We have to put the pen in our hand. We have to create the laws. This is what the Prophet Obadiah Ali was about. And when the prophet started talking about the free national constitution, he ain't talking about something crazy. He said, I love my people and desire their unity back to their own free national and divine standard. Because day by day, they've been violating the national constitutional law of their government by claiming names and principles that are unconstitutional. If Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, Arabians are forced to proclaim their free national name and religion, let me hold this there for a minute. If they are forced to claim their free national name, say it with me, and religion, There is not one before the other, family. They are forced to claim their free national name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America. It is no more than right that this law should be enforced on other American citizens alike. This is what I get to the point. That would imply that you are already a citizen, but you just don't understand nationality. Many people try to teach that Moorish Americans give you some citizenship, that the Moorish Science Temple of America give you some citizenship. That's a flat out lie. This statement right here implies that you are a citizen. You just don't know nationality. So we are teaching our people that nationality and that divine creed. Talk to them, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This that real talk. This that real talk. Again, this is not your grandfather's Moorish Science Temple of America. Listen, right now, I'm gonna end it with that because the Grand Sheik got to come in and that's my time. But this is not your grandfather's Moorish Science Temple of America. Right now, family, I am in my Ali's mode. You feel what I'm saying? I am in my Ali's mode. Somebody said, where's the link? Family, if you wish to join, you can email me at taharkabay@yahoo.com. taharkabay@yahoo.com. We can have a conversation off the air. This is our Sunday class, Guidance of the Nations class. I will debate any of the information that I put forward. You know what I'm saying? I will debate any information that I put forward. I just ask that you be respectful when you come to debate me. I don't want to hear a whole bunch of cussing. I don't want to hear a whole bunch of, you can filibuster all you want because when your time is up, your time is up. You know what I mean? I will debate anything. You know what I mean? I will debate anything that I say. Now, if you go off of something off the internet, don't put that on me. If you get information off the internet, don't put that on me. But with that being said, all you have to do is email me. All you have to do is email me at taharkabay@gmail.com, taharkabay@yahoo.com, and we can set it up. But let me know what you disagree with because I get too many emails and I don't want to play around. I want you to let me know what you disagree with, and I will address it. With that being said, Grand Sheik, the floor is yours. I'm right on time today.